we are locked in the house because there is a tourist festival going on in the city with like the presidents of Mexico and like a bunch of other foreign dignitaries and I don't know, people from places, I don't know exactly. So, but we are locked in, so you can't actually go anywhere today. A big portion of the city is like shut down and inaccessible. So we're in for the day, so I decided that it was a good day to make peach cobbler because every day is a good day for sweets. So my...
Ew.
What?
Ew.
Salt?
Putting salt in a blender?
Yeah.
That's really weird.
I'm putting salt in a blender because I'm making the crust. And the crust
Ew,
calls for salt.
Disgusting.
The recipe calls for a little bit of salt. And we don't have a food processor because when we moved, we were being kind of minimalist. So we use a blender. It works just as well, sort of. Gets the job done. But...
Putting salt in a blender is really weird.
Is it? It's too weird for you?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
Let's do that again.
I'm gonna have to do it again. Yeah, I'm gonna put the butter in then.
Police will catch us.
The police will catch us for what?
Because it's really bad to put salt in a blender.
Okay, I'm sorry, Emery. Are you gonna help or are you just gonna criticize me?
Can you help me?
In a little bit, maybe not with this part, because now I put the butter in. See, Emery's got a lot of food allergies, and one of them is to butter.
I'm very allergic.
You're very allergic to butter, and so I kind of don't want you playing with the butter. Although I could use some help, I'm not really sure I want you playing with the butter.
Every day is a good day for sweets.
Do we get a lot of peaches here even? I don't know. I feel like we do, but we don't at the same time. They're not like as abundant as in the States. Like we get like mangoes and avocados and stuff. But other fruits, not quite the same amount. Like apples, like Fuji apples, my absolute favorite. Fuji apples are stupid expensive here. They got like Gala apples and like these other kind of like small red apples that don't really taste like much. But like Fuji apples, the Honeycrisp apples, I think they're actually coming from the States. Like I feel like they actually say like Washington DC apples on them or something like that when they come. So I kind of miss little stuff like that, and I think peaches are one of those things. I don't know. I have to Google that if they're native to here or not. This is maizena, which is basically cornstarch. Not quite the same, but similar enough that it works as a cornstarch. But you can also make like, I think it's called atole, which is like a hot, kind of like a hot drink. Kind of like a very thick, hot chocolate, but cinnamon flavored kind of. It's pretty good. I don't know how to make it, but this is what you use to make it with. So I'm sure there's probably a recipe. Yep, atole tradicional in here. I don't know how to make it. I've never done it. I've had it before. It's not one of my more favorite things, but you can use it in place of cornstarch. And this recipe calls for a couple little tablespoons of cornstarch, so I'm mixing it into the pot with a little bit of the liquid from the peaches. It is starting to thicken up, so I'll add the rest. That keep mixing. I was reading this meme that said something about, and this is actually, some of this recipe is Vernon's mom's recipe. And I don't know that she ever actually gave me, this is cloves. I don't know that she actually gave me the measurements for everything. But I was reading this meme that said something about cooks not needing to measure because the ancestors just tell you, stop, child, that's enough. That kind of made me laugh because I remember learning this recipe before we got married. I remember I spent, was it 1 or 2 days? I can't remember. A couple of days, 1 or 2 days over to Vernon's mom's house before we got married. And I asked her to pick out like 2, 3, 4 recipes that were like his favorite recipes to teach me how to cook so that I could cook them when we got married. And so we spent a day learning recipes, and one of them was for peach cobbler. And I honestly can't remember how much of everything I'm supposed to put in here, but here we are. Hoping for the best. Give that just a couple seconds to cool, and then we'll put the top on, the crust on the top, and then we will put it in the oven. This is called pat in the pan crust. When you don't have a rolling pin, you do the best that you can. So we're putting it into a 190-degree Celsius oven. I usually put it on a baking pan only because sometimes it boils over, and I prefer to catch the bubbles in the cookie sheet than in the oven. One last little bit of less cleanup. So it'll be in there for about maybe 30 minutes. I'll come back and check on it and then probably turn it around and give it another 15 minutes. So 45 minutes total.
Okay, I'm gonna show you some new skating moves that I was working on.
Okay, let's see.
Okay, Daddy, I'm gonna go that way.
Okay, go ahead. And I'll change camera.
Okay.
Go ahead. Oh, I saw that hop. Whoa, 2 hops. Amazing, Zuri. Wow. Ooh, nice little spin there at the end. Wow. How'd you learn how to do that?
It's just like practice.
Just practice? Oh, okay.
You saw. Did you see me? This is a lot of peach cobbler. A lot of peach cobbler he gave me. Daddy. Daddy! You have my liver?
Casa,
What?
what do you think about that peach cobbler?
Peach cobbler is the greatest food in the whole world.
Can you wait till you finish it? Chewing? Say it one more time. Hold on.
I don't want you. I mean to cut it out.
So your location dependent tip is what?
I mean to cut it out.
You mean to cut it out? Yo,
I mean to cut it out!
what you think about that peach cobbler?
Like, subscribe, share, ET, and the Vida Lindsay video.